Is QE creating demand for credit, creating demand for loan, creating growth? We have this debate all the time. We have concerns about how it's thwarting your savers' incomes as well. Yeah. Just tell me how you think the QE programme is working, other than getting the euro to a lowish level.
We always said that quantitative easing would lead indirectly to an improvement by basically weakening the euro, and as a consequence of that, improving the competitiveness of the European companies and the European economies. And on the back of that, more demand would come for credit.
Has more demand come?
It has. It has. If you see the balance sheet growth that we see in ING, and we're predominantly a European player, yes, we grow our balance sheet, basically the lending in our balance sheet by 2, 3, 4% per annum. So demand is certainly there, maybe not to the extent as expected, and quantitative easing was never expected, at least by us, to lead directly to increased demand. It's an increased supply. It's not an increased demand program, right? So the demand only can come through an indirect effect.
There's something worrying happening, though. And you know what? The bank lending numbers have picked up in Europe, so it's clear that the transmission mechanism is improving. But cross-border lending activity has actually gone backwards since 2014. Why is that?
I don't know exactly.
Is
honestly.
that rising suspicion that your counterparty is actually not as robust in balance sheet terms as you might have thought?
We don't see that necessarily. So you're picking up on a trend that I haven't seen, at least not within ING. There is no kind of overriding concern now between counterparties existing. If it would start, then then we should worry.
We haven't seen cross-border activities picked up. It's called Target 2. Sorry, just an in-banking joke. Right, okay, look, we've got this swagger board, Ralph. Yeah, it has indeed, hasn't it? And that's another issue, perhaps the other issue which you're referring to. This is our swaggerometer, Ralph. It's how's Europe performing? Are we at full speed, standstill, losing steam? This seems to be about the mean of where people are putting it. Although I have to say to you, Tijan was stratospheric. He was over here somewhere. So where do you think Europe's performing? I can move the needle for you.
The question is, what is performing here? Is it the economy performing? Is it
broader Europe? Yeah, let's go for
Europe.
Europe got its confidence back.
It's where do you want to go? A little bit between exactly.
You happy there?
It's right there.
Have I gone too optimistic?
What we see is we do see economic growth. I think there is something to be happy about. That economic growth has returned. It's lowish, 1.5, 2% that we expect. You see that the countries that did restructure, Spain, Ireland, even the Netherlands as well, because we pushed restructuring through as well. We see economic growth, basically good economic growth in these countries. So the recipe of getting back into sound territory, healthy territory, we know what it is. And it is that governments have to restructure. Yeah. And there's some countries that still have to start doing so.